So Disney announced that they're going to be releasing 10 Star Wars shows, which I gotta be honest, it feels a bit too much. Like I get they're trying to make enough content so they can fill their Disney Plus streaming service, and right now making movies isn't as profitable as before. But yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. I mean, I like Star Wars. I enjoy the shows, the movie, but this feels like a lot more like quantity or quality. Like personally, for me, it feels like they're trying to throw crap on a wall to see which one sticks longer. So let's go over one by one and talk about each new releases of Star Wars TV shows. As Silke. It's gonna be set in the same timeline as The Mandalorian. Now I got like her character in the Clone Wars, but I wasn't too interested in the Jedi's. More on the clones. But I feel like this just says filler. Like, what story are they trying to tell here? Or she's gonna be going around the universe saying people like Superman or something? It's like there's not a lot you can do with her character. Like her character was already fleshed out in the Clone Wars. She already like finished her story arc in Rebels. I mean, it would be interesting. It was set in during the Empire times. Like I said, maybe that could be interesting. I mean, they already did it in Rebels, so I'm just curious, like, what are they gonna do in this time? But so far, I'm not interested. I feel like she's like a popular character among the Star Wars community, and might as well like milk her or something. I don't know, like, I'm not like interested, but I'm just curious what story they're trying to tell. If they go for more of she's trying to like find like a new Padawan and basically looks like Anakin or something like that, that could be interesting, but it's like, I don't know, there's not a lot of information. I don't know what's gonna be about, but hopefully it's something good. Let's move on to the next one. ObiWan Kenobi. I'm not sure what they're gonna do here or what story they're trying to tell. But again, same thing as Ahsoka. What are they gonna tell? Like his character has already been fleshed out in movies, TV shows. It's like, what else is there to tell? And so like I saw the concept trailer, which is basically saying Obi-Wan on Tatooine. Okay, so we're gonna go to see day life Obi-Wan Kenobi being a bum. Cool, I guess. I just hope it won't be some dumb prequel like Han Solo, where it's like Obi-Wan will become a Jedi Master. Can he do it? Can he become Qui-Gon's Padawan? Spoilers, he does. And it creates new characters that Obi-Wan never mentions or see throughout the stories in the shows or movies. Again, not interesting, but curious what they're gonna do with this. Andor. So they're gonna make a TV series on Andor. They do from Rogue One. Really? At least Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are characters well liked and most remember. But Andor, like, who's gonna be remember? Who remembers Andor? Like, hey, let's watch Andor. I hardly remember this character, trait, or personality, or hell, who he was on Rogue One. I'm not gonna rewatch the movie so I can like find out, because like it should have done this job the first time around. Where it's like, oh, I remember this character, but the movie never tried. So it's like, okay, I really don't remember this character. And what's the point in telling a story about him? It was like, he dies. It's like spoilers, he dies in the movie. So it's like, it removes all attention throughout the story. I don't know, I'm not interested about this. Like, I don't know, it's just stupid making the character on Andor. Again, let's move on to the next one. Not interesting and not even curious. Lando. I'll say this, he's an interesting character, but do we really need a series based on him? Like, instead of making a whole show about like a side character, he's an interesting side character, but I'm not sure if he's like a type of character to carry a story by himself in a whole series. Maybe he could, I don't know. Like I said, there's not a lot of information. There's not a lot of information, as well as when it comes to casting. Like, there's not a lot of information if they're gonna cast Billy D. Williams, the original actor of Landor, or Donald Glover, who was basically in Han Solo, the younger version of Lando. But if I was gonna put money on it, I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna get Donald Glover. I mean, Billy D. Williams, he's, no offense, but too old to play any roles, especially in the lead. And what story they're gonna tell about him? How he's gonna try to find her dad from like Rise Skywalker or something. So I'm guessing it's gonna be like a prequel, which might work better than Andor. One, he's an interesting character, and two, since we don't know too much about him, you can easily add a lot of things to it. So I'm gonna be interested in watching. They're gonna start production in January 2021. So I wish them the best luck, and hopefully they make a good series. Let's move on to the next one. Bad Batch. Okay, so far I've been negative, but I actually really like this one. To be honest, I'm actually a bit excited. It's a spin-off to Clone Wars, and I really like the Clone Wars. I think it's one of the best Star Wars shows to come out. Even though the characters of Bad Batch have basically personality types. Like you got the big strong guy, silent cool-headed sniper, nerdy tech dude, the leader, and Echo being an anime protagonist. Even though they got generic personalities and character types, I'm still gonna like it. It's just they're pretty interesting characters in this universe, and it's set during the Order 66 after the Clone Wars ended. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of conflicting emotions, interesting dialogue, and I actually really like the Clone Wars, like I said. So this is one I'm actually pretty excited to watch. It's gonna come out 2021, and I'm gonna watch the hell of it. The Soullight, a Soullight. I don't know. It sounds interesting. It's about the final days of the New Republic. I mean, anything that involves the shifting power of the Republic to the Empire is not really intriguing enough to me. So I'm interested to watch it. Not a lot of information, except for this article where it says like eccentric female cast. Now, for me, that kind of worries me a little bit. Not because, I hate women or something. Maybe. Now, this one's I'm actually like trying to watch in person for me. Anything that involves during that time, it's already gold for me. Hopefully they don't ruin this concept, they don't like mess it up. I'm actually really interested in watching it. Hopefully there will be more information, a trailer or something. But let's find out soon enough. And let's move on to the next show, which is gonna wait and see. Rangers of the New Republic. Oh, the title sounds like an 80s kid show. All you need to add some power into the name, boom. Kid series. It's gonna be set in the Mandalorian universe. It doesn't say if it's like animated or not, which I can't even tell if it's like a kid's. I don't know, it's just the name by itself, which is just dumb. Oh my god. So I'm going to guess it's gonna be about like the rebels stabilizing around the universe, destroying any remaining empires, and rebuilding the New Republic. Like we saw in the Mandalorian, the two rebels like scouting around being police officers. I don't know, so far the title is not selling it for me. It just sounds way too goofy. As well as I can't assume if it meant for a younger audience, who knows. A bit interesting, but let's move on to the new one. A Droid Story. This one's actually meant for a younger audience. It's going to be animated, and it's going to be about R2-D2 and C-3PO, the adventures of them. So yeah, this is not all the information it's going to be about, but I'm already going to assume it's just for basically younger audience. I'm not going to overly criticize about it or like be negative. It's okay. It's definitely meant for young audience. Just to tell about it and just the description of what's gonna be what's the story gonna be about mostly. So yeah, nothing too interesting. Can't complain. Meh. Star Wars Vision. Not a lot of information about this one, but it's gonna be like 10 short animated films from different Japanese creators. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool, pretty interesting. I don't know what the story is going to be about, or what it's going to be, or what the story is. But I'm pretty sure it's going to do something about like the robot from like, what's it called? A robot from Netflix. So yeah. So far hearing the lesson, looking at each one of them, the show is going to be about. It feels like they're trying to get another big hit like The Mandalorian, which I really don't blame them for them trying to create new content of TV shows instead of movies. I mean, the movies have been overly criticized and been not doing pretty good, as well as the pandemic kind of affected the movie theaters. Yeah, like I don't make any movies at this point, especially what happened to Mulan, where they're releasing in quarantine. Yeah, they're not gonna make any new movies anytime soon. So TV shows the next best thing. And seeing how like The Mandalorian has been doing so good and getting a lot of praise for the series, yeah, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure it out for them trying to do this. Personally, even though I think it's a bit overwhelming, some of it caught my eye, some of it piqued my curiosity, others not really. I'm not that really interested. Now, I'm not gonna be hyped for some of this series, except for Bad Batch. I got a huge boner for it. I actually know what it's gonna be about. So, I'm gonna have to wait for new information to see what the show's gonna be about, what's gonna take place, and hopefully they turn out to be really great. I've been negative towards some of them. I mean, really negative. But hey, I'm just gonna wait to see what's gonna be about, the new release, and new information. So, Let's just wait and see. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.